All right, so let's talk about MultiVersus. This game came out last year and it did really, really well for it being a platform fighter with a well known IP and being a free to play game. Just to give you an idea of how well it did, this is just the Steam charts, and I don't know how well it did on like consoles and stuff, but check this out, man. When it first released, back over here in 2022, mid 2022, 100K people playing. That is insane. To give you an even other sorts of like, how many people are playing games right now on Steam. That is like the top five games played. That's how popular MultiVersus was. But you can see here it's slowly petered off. Even if it's in like the 30,000s, 20,000s, a really nice, respectable number. But I think just like a lot of people and myself, we kind of moved on, but I had no idea it dropped off this much. Look at this. So it went from 150K all the way down to 3,000, 2,000, 1,000, all the way to the, less than thousands, even today in the 800s, max, average. So no one's streaming it anymore, not really, and no one's playing it anymore. And I wonder why that is the case. I have a couple of reasons why I think it dropped off this dramatically, but let's go ahead and look at the official open beta update. This is another like thing that they're saying that they're saying here at the bottom that they'll be closing the open beta on June, so in a couple months, in preparation for their early games launch. So we've obviously been playing it, a very early access thing. Who knows how much it will actually change later on. But here we go. Let's see what they got in 2 minutes. And then we'll talk about the history of the game. Yeah, TF2 in 6th place. Pretty
Hi,
freaking
everyone.
good
This
for
is
a
Tony from Player
game
First
that's been
Games.
around forever.
I'm here today on behalf of the entire MultiVersus
Let's see
team
what
to
he has to
thank
say.
you for your support during our open beta. We've been excited to see the interest and enthusiasm from the community, and your feedback has been invaluable to us.
Hell
We
yeah.
continue to be humbled by the awards the game has received, and excited to see the enjoyment that MultiVersus has brought to players. Throughout our open beta, we've been working hard to build the best gameplay experience, and we appreciate all the inspiration you've given us. Our open beta has been an important learning opportunity for us, and a stepping stone to the next phase of MultiVersus. We know there's still a lot of work to do. As a result, we have a clearer view of what we need to focus on, specifically the content cadence of new characters, maps, and modes, to give you more ways to enjoy the game. Along with an updated netcode and more matchmaking improvements, we'll also be reworking the progression system based on your feedback, and looking at new ways for you to connect with your friends in the game. To do this the right way, we'll be closing the MultiVersus open beta 90 days from today.
Woo.
As part of this process, we'll be pausing updates and taking the game offline as we prepare for
That's
the launch
crazy.
of MultiVersus, which we're targeting for early 2024. I'm sure you're wondering what this means for you.
Dang, that's crazy.
During this downtime, all online modes and features will be unavailable. You'll have limited offline access to the training room, known as a lab, and local matches, along with access to your characters and cosmetic items within these modes. We do know that this news might be disappointing, but rest assured, MultiVersus will be back. We'll also ensure that all your progress and content will carry over when MultiVersus returns next year, with a variety of new content, features, and modes. Along the way, we'll be providing updates, so keep an eye on our social channels and website. Thank you again
Woo.
to the entire MultiVersus community. We greatly appreciate your passion and excitement, and look forward
Okay.
to our next chapter.
So to summarize, and I actually am going through this with a different sort of lens now. So I thought, wow, they're, really just gonna shut things down for a bit, see what happens. I think them actually taking the game down for a little bit, and trying to build up the hype again while implementing a lot of feedback and changes that people have been asking for, clamoring for, is actually a good thing. This is probably one of the smartest decisions they can do, because the game has dramatically, lost a lot of motivation for people to play, a lot of steam. And I, for one, the only reason why me personally I'm not playing this game anymore, even though it is free to play, it's a decent freaking fighter, it's just the lack of different sorts of modes. When I played, it was primarily unranked stuff, 1v1, 2v2 sort of thing. I really wanted more different sorts of gameplay. Even though it could be a really high competitive game just on its own, it just needs more. And as he said, as Mr. Huynh here said, they want to have a better cadence of characters, stages, modes, even the cosmetics. It was very slow coming out. And I remember the last freaking time I played was when they came out with a Gizmo. And then I see Stripe there. But yeah, the game is quote unquote dead. It actually is dead right now. But I think them shutting down for a bit and really pulling back the curtain, I think this is their way of saying, uh-oh, what happened here? Okay, let's pull it back and we'll come back. I think this is a very, very good idea. So I am very interested in seeing what they can do when a game launches next year. And by then, they're going to be pushing out lots of announcements, lots of marketing. Once again, maybe even doing the cool thing where they would do a character showcases and just show off the new stuff and get more people playing the game again. Because the biggest marketing that this game had was all the streamers, all the YouTubers pushing it out, thinking it's going to be the next big Smash Brothers, type of deal. Even though they didn't think that 100%, why not, shoot for the moon, etc. So I like the idea of pulling it back, actually taking it out of players' hands to be like, hey, you can't play anymore. We're going to fix this up. Check it out in a couple of months because, yeah, it died. So we'll see what happens, but I support this decision, and I hope it does well. Let's see what some people have to say here. Glad to hear they're actually doing something with the game when literally everyone left. That's one of the very first comments. Take your time and give us an even better game. Yes, absolutely. Like, these guys, the people around the game, they work hard. I've seen a lot of their development notes, a lot of their videos, and the community around it. People like it. They want to like it, even if they don't like it. They just need more more characters, more everything, And he also said better netcode too, which is very exciting because it was pretty decent. I only had I would say 10%, 15% of matches for me were very laggy, but otherwise it was pretty good. So here we go. It was released. Yeah. Here's the thing though. It was released. That's another thing though. I think it was in early access for sure. But I feel like they're retroactively saying, hey, yeah, this was a little beta period. You could buy it, you can, purchase the battle pass, you can purchase things, but, now we're going to close the beta. So it's a little bit of a weird thing, but I can see it's better for them. They had no idea it was going to go this way. I think if the game was still like at least 5,000, 10,000 people playing, they would keep it going churning. But here they're like, shut it down, bring it back. If you take it away, and you bring it back later, it's going to get more of a buzz, rather than if you keep it slow churning and then you bring out tiny updates. So, MultiVersus, I hope it does well when it officially comes out, but for now, it's closed, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, you can still do your offline things, but that's not the same. So just play it again when it's out later on.